Look at this cool drawing I found online.
Oh shit, who's that?
Bad woman. Worst teacher.
I like his name.
Just a swell guy.
Can I get my switch back after class? She's a real bitch, isn't she? Maybe, but look how damn thick she is, and how she dresses.
Shut up, brat. No talking during tests.
Yeah, this Star Wolf guy's pretty hot. Wonder if he's single.
Wow.
True Wolf O'Donnell, though.
Cool.
Is that his full name?
How'd you find that?
I searched,
Fuck. What did you search?
Lucas McFist.
And why did you search Lucas McFist?
Because we saw his Fur Affinity page and it was upsetting. And I wanted to see if anybody was talking about him.
You wanted to see if there were any call-out posts about Lucas McFist?
Yes.
That's fucking mean.
You hate him so much with so little.
I needed to give his haters Reddit karma.
You just met him, and you wish so much ill will on him.
Haven't spoken a word to the man. Already hoping for his downfall.
He's creating anti-American propaganda.
It's okay.
He's an enemy of the state.
Talk to June the King. He'll make a fucking documentary about it.
June the King.
He's the dude it's like Jon.
No, this is... Who's that?
That's another June the King.
There he is.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy.
He's got a crown.
he's gonna make the rise and fall of the Jimmy McFist or whatever his name is.
You already forgot.
It's good. Oh,
This guy.
he actually does make rise and fall videos. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
His videos are really good, though. Like him and Down the Rabbit Hole are good at what they do.
Lies, Deception, and Pro Jared. The story of Pro Jared.
I don't watch all of them, but like his two on Wings of Redemption are really good. That and the two he did on Low Tier God.
You like Low Tier God?
I mean, I think he's funny, but he's not a person I'd hang with for sure. He's way too aggressive. Like, he's straight up, this 2-hour video is literally about how, because he made a video on Low Tier God 2 years ago, he literally found where June the King lived, sent fucking threats to his neighbors and shit. Like, he cyber harassed him for like 2 years straight.
Damn, that's a long time.
He's bored. Just got nothing else to do.
Well, if he makes content talking about how these people have done bad things, then I guess he's open to it.
Then bad things will happen to him.
Yeah, nobody can say Low Tier God's anything. He's too petty. He will come for you.
It's fucking true, man. If you can't even beat him in a game, he'll exit. He has the macro on his controller for just getting out of it immediately.
You better watch what you say on this audio broadcast.
June the King, 1st to 10 in Smash Ultimate, please.
Low Tier God's gonna come for you.
I'm sure if I search June the King DeviantArt, I'll find some dirt on him.
You've like just been opened up to DeviantArt and now you're obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Even though you refused to make an account to see all the mature illustrations you were looking for.
You're gonna become a DeviantArt rant account. That's an actual genre that exists.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, well, that's not relevant. DeviantArt's not where you find love. But it is Valentine's Day, and we will find love in our fanfiction.
Welcome to Crossing the Line, a fanfiction podcast where we read, review, and critique fanfiction for your listening pleasure. I'm George G. Poole. As always, I've got my two co-hosts, Elias Viva Vlogs.
Hello.
And Stephen Blue Breed.
Love is in the air.
Love is in the air. Love is in the nair. Love is in the fair.
You're watching a very special episode of Crossing the Line where we read each other's fanfiction because it's a holiday and we wrote Valentine stories.
We got each other Valentines. It was very sweet. There's like chocolate and candy and cookies and stuff all around. It was very romantic.
I didn't have time to draw anything, so I send Elias this picture from a guy named, Junie McFly or whatever his name is.
Junie?
Yeah, it was like a giant version of Waka, like laying down in the grass from Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
With nothing but a blitz ball to cover him.
It's true.
I do love Waka, so I've hung it up in my room over here.
I put Titus in the background doing his laugh.
Very small Titus.
My large Waka shrine.
Fine addition to my Waka shrine. You know, I really agree with his view on the owl bed.
Which was?
They're religious zealots. They're dirty. They use technology that should not be allowed by modern society or God.
Or God. Your technology is too crazy.
Bro, you gotta get on Joe Rogan's podcast and gaslight him into thinking it's a real country.
Yeah, you hear about what these owl beds are up to?
It's like,
no, what?
I have to continue.
That is what... like, that's perfect, because, like, he would humor it like that. That's perfect.
No, what are they doing?
What are those? Who are they?
First of all, they speak a different language. You're not gonna believe this.
What language? Spanish? French? What language?
Owl bed. It's only
Never
written
heard
in
of it.
ancient tomes. Isn't that weird?
You have to
ancient.
collect them one letter at a time. It is so stupid. Nobody has all of them in one place. What kind of system is that?
He would get so mad so fast. You would see like half his face from behind his microphone, and his big bald head would turn red.
So you're telling me this language is broken up one letter at a time across the entire earth?
That sounds so fucking stupid. Are you serious?
Yeah, man. And they do it that way on purpose. It's terrible.
Well,
I thought of fucking 3D Waka, like the camera just sitting on Joe Rogan, and it just like snaps over to the other side of the table. It's a 3D model of Waka.
Waka's like he's like idle, throwing the ball up in the air, catching it while yelling.
you mentioned something about Blitzball. What's that? I've never heard of that one.
Oh, it's great.
How do you play it?
You don't know about Blitzball? Oh my god.
No.
God, these days with all the advanced AI technology, you really could just make that if you wanted to.
It's true.
Oh geez, we should do that.
A very recent past couple of days, there's been a new voice AI program, and it's like scary. Like someone made a cartoon with fucking Rayman and Bloxo. Is that the blue guy?
Yes.
Yeah, and those two like having a conversation, and like even the way they change their tone is like it sounds like someone doing a voice impression. It's great.
You just need to feed it all of Waka's lines from Final Fantasy X, and then it'll be able to generate an entire vocal box that you can make it say anything.
Oh yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'm working on this. I'm getting in the studio with Waka.
Murph.
No, not this one. There is one. I can't remember the name of it.
Oh, I think Critical just made a video on it, so you could check that out.
True.
There's also someone making a never-ending episode of Seinfeld through pure AI generation on Twitch.tv.
It's amazing.
It just keeps it's like auto-generated graphics and like dialogue and everything, and it just doesn't stop. It's been going for days.
That's hilarious. Holy shit.
There it is.
I'm doing this all on mute. Don't worry.
The technology will scare you.
Oh yeah.
You already got halfway through that video. Nice, good job.
Here it is.
Wait, what are you doing?
I was gonna show him the Rayman one.
Okay, well you know we're doing a show, right?
Yeah.
Cool. It's not Vocaroo. That's just like a recording thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you got scammed. Valentine's Day.
Valentine's
It's a
Day.
romantic time of year. Do you have a special such and such that you can talk to at home? If not, that's fine. We're here too. You can talk to us in the comments below. Leave a comment. Make sure you comment. What would you comment about on this episode?
I would write a letter from Waka to Lulu on Valentine's Day
About how he's gonna smash her?
about how he compares her to a blitzball.
The most beautiful spherical shape known to man, and you've got like 2 in the front and 2 in the back. That's crazy.
You know that sound it makes when I hit the ball really hard, like bong? I will do that to you. It'll be great.
In a big sphere of water.
You ever want to, like, you know, get a little intimate in the blitzball sphere? I could arrange that.
Yeah, I know people.
Make it happen.
I have a blitzball orb.
I know it seems very public, but you know, if you go like on a weekday later in the day, not likely to.
You think teens ever get caught skinny dipping in the blitzball sphere?
I'm sure when Wako was a teen, he got up to some nonsense like that.
Absolutely.
And they're like, "Hey, get out of there!" And the kids have literally nowhere to go because they're in a sphere above the ground. Like, like just keep swimming in every direction possible.
Trying to cover themselves, but they can't do anything. They're invisible from every angle.
They're in a fucking sphere. God. Oh, that's passion right there.
Absolutely.
I hope nobody wrote about that. That's too good.
No. As funny as I think Waka is, I still haven't played Final Fantasy X enough to really understand the true character that he's got, other than he hates Albeds so much.
What if in the game you go to his house and read one of the tomes on his shelf and inside it has his full name and it's your full name?
I don't know.
That's terrifying.
I mean, he just has the same name as you. It's not so weird. Like, it's weird that it's not his it's weird that it's not his name in the game. It's like a hidden name, but
Why do they let you name Titus, but then every other character has their own name?
usually in like RPGs, you can like name them as they appear. I don't know. Maybe because it's got fully voice acted.
Yeah,
I guess it's the first one to do that. So.
but it's still weird to me because then they should have like it stunts the dialogue when they talk to Titus because they can't call him by name.
Classic silent protag problem.
But it's like he's not though.
Oh, that's true.
He fumbles down the door while Yuna's like not getting change, and he goes, sorry.
And then she like AI voice generates the name you gave for him.
Hello, blue breed.
It's true. In the beginning of the game, they ask you to say every vowel so they can repeat your voice back to you.
Gotta speak into the PS2 iToy.
Yeah.
It just has like 1,000 databank words like fucking Fallout 4 for your little robot friend.
Man, it's crazy how bad Fallout 4 was. I wish that it was a good game.
Sorry that happened to you.
It's okay. Starfield will be here one day. It'll be all AI generated.
The game's been in development for 2 decades.
Yeah.
And it's still in development. That's gotta be so like weird, right? Because some technology has improved so much since then. I'm sure they've had to just like rebuild the game time and time again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that, and also like I'm sure the team they have working on it has to constantly like go in shifts working on other projects, so like that slows shit down.
Yeah, they gotta port Skyrim again.
Well, Bethesda's flagships have always been sold on like innovation, so for the industry to constantly be leapfrogging their work is really hard.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's what happened with friggin' Forces, I think, because like Sonic Forces is what I'm talking about. Because Sonic Forces, what I think happened was like it was developed not long after Colors because they wanted to kind of do a follow-up to Generations as like a callback. But then Boom happened and they were like, okay, we'll shelve this for now and we'll just work on friggin' Boom to make sure that exists. But then like few years later they finish it up and they like try to tighten it up as much as possible, but in doing so it ends up really bare bones.
You think that was something they had in their pocket for that long?
They said supposedly it was in development for 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That game's boring as hell.
Yeah. Like it's a good B movie and that's about it.
How long is it?
Oh god, like 10 hours for like the main campaign.
That's like an okay length.
Yeah, like it's not terrible. Like it's notoriously not bad, and like that it's not bad, but it's not phenomenal.
It's boring.
You can create your own seat.
It's true.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I'll give him this. I expected that to be like the most lackluster part, but no, that actually ended up being one of my like highlights. I was surprised they did like better on that than I thought. Then the classic Sonic stages are an afterthought.
Yeah. I hate whenever they put 2D Sonic into 3D Sonic. They even do that in Frontiers. And there are parts because it's like the whole like free open world exploration game.
Oh, you're talking about the gameplay, okay.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the camera will just like snap to the side and you're like out of nowhere you've gotten into this little obstacle course where you can only go left and the right.
They have to do that all the time.
Yeah, and in one of the stages in particular, there are so many of those segments and it just like drags you out of the game because you get stuck in this really long little obstacle course and then you go back there again because it's an open world game. You're just running around collecting stuff. And you get stuck in that one again, and you can't like just bail out of it or anything. Once you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah, like in most of them, you can like tech your way out of it. Like if you get sent onto like a rail or like a segment, you can just jump off and continue on your way. But
no, you have to break the game to get out. It doesn't let you out. You have to force your way out.
Well, I'm talking about like the island.
No.
Well, like regularly, like I think that's how it's supposed to be set up. Like because those are like meant to be obstacle courses that you can choose to keep going or you can just get out of. I think that's why it's designed that way. Whereas the island, like they keep you. They basically lock you into those parts a lot of the time. Because otherwise, why would they have like parts you can escape and parts you can't?
Because it means you failed. The point of the obstacle course is that you might fall off and have to go back and restart it. My problem is that the game is open-ended, so that way you just like meander around and do the same obstacle course like 6 times. And it's like you can get out if you like just don't excel at the mini game there, but
they should let you make your speed whatever number you want, so you can make your speed like 99999 and then just like blast through any section you want in 2 seconds.
If you collect up like a full health bar of rings, then you can go super fast. It's really funny.
Yeah, honestly, like the friggin'...
But that's the other thing, like you can move so fast, so it's just like a blur in where you've been, and then you get caught up in these things again. You get caught up locked in these 2D segments that you have to like find your way out of instead of completing them because you've already done it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like that's especially an issue in like the second one where everything is super close together because like you'll go through a canyon and then there'll be like obstacle courses like along the canyon above you and you'll be just trying to go through the canyon but then you'll hit a spring that launches you in this thing that circles you back where you came. Which like it gives you items, like it has a use, but like once you've collected the item you're like I'm just trying to move forward. Like that's probably the thing I don't like about it is how it can like when you're just trying to progress.
Yeah, and that's my thing too. Like because you're going and then you just like you kind of just get lost in the moment and end up doing the same little courses that you were just doing because it's super easy to get turned around in an open world game where you move faster than light.
Which they do give you ways around it, to be fair. But
it's a great game. You should play it.
It is fun.
I'm gonna need a 4-hour video essay to convince me. Just kidding. I just don't have. What platforms is it on?
It's on everything.
Yeah.
Steven can give you his copy and you can play it on the Switch at work.
That's true.
Okay.
You can make your employees pour hot coffee while you sit there and play Sonic.
No, I can't really. I can't do anything at work except like read books because like, I feel like if I'm like on my phone, somebody comes in and it's like, it looks like I'm just on my phone.
Right.
Even though I'm like doing work or whatever. So I've been using my laptop more.
So you look more official?
Yeah, I'm just like reading like Korean webtoons on my laptop, but it looks better than being on my phone.
That's fair.
Tower of God, pretty good. I watched the anime and it made it a lot easier to understand what's going on because the art early on sucks. But if you like kind of know what's happening or what the overarching plot is supposed to be, it's easier to follow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, would you like to unravel a case of Valentine's chocolate, so to speak?
Sure.
A sweet box of delicious treats?
Sure.
Okay, who reads whose story?
Elias reads mine, I know that for sure.
Okay, so then you read mine then.
Yes.
And then I read Elias's. Got it.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright.
Have fun.
I shall. Let's see.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's Day!
Happy Valentine's Day. The air was electric. People from all over had begun to gather in this single location for a tournament unlike any other. This wasn't just any ordinary video game league tournament. No, it was something much greater. Something that had captivated all those who were aware of it, with so many more stakes on the line. Today is Valentine's Day, and that means that today is the first official Nick All-Stars Brawl Love-Struck tourney.
Whoa!
Hell yeah. Players from all over the globe gathered to win the ultimate prize, a $25 Steam gift card, but more importantly, a kiss from the #1 NSAB ranked player, EN VTuber.
Hungry Bucks?
That would fucking suck.
No.
I'll only give you the gift card if you let me kiss you. Okay.
He dropped that game like a day after it came out.
No, as long as it's clickbait worthy, he just still plays it.
He'd kiss you and then pop off. It'd be really fucking obnoxious.
Spit in your
Spikes
face.
his controller.
You get spit in your face.
Oh, God. Yuck. #1 NACP ranked player, EN VTuber, Lilybun. This was...
Whoa.
Hell yeah.
What does she look like?
She's cute. She's very pink. I think she has bunny ears on her head.
Yeah.
That might be an outfit thing, but...
Does she look like a Genshin character?
No, not really.
Yeah, no, I don't think she
I'd
would.
look her
So
up.
not
but
like a generic anime.
Steven has my phone.
Well, I
so-
can't. I don't want to look it up. I just want you to describe it for the audience.
She is a beautiful pink VTuber, and she wears a lot of like frilly clothing and such. And she's very good at Nick All-Stars.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't she like #1 ranked?
That's why I wrote it.
Who's she main?
SpongeBob, and I think what's the girl character from our monsters, our real monsters?
Oh,
Oobla.
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 Yeah.
She plays her too, but I think SpongeBob's her main.
I know so much now. Thank you.
You're educated.
Yeah. In the corner of the room... fucking... This was simply a chance these greasy gamers could not possibly miss out on, even if so many of them had either never played NSAB or dropped it after a week. In the corner of the room stood a tall, handsome figure, folding his arms and leaning slightly against the wall to look more mysterious and approachable. The oversized name tag that the TOs provide to keep others from getting confused as to who they were playing simply read, "Low tier god."
No!
Oh no! He's gonna be so
He
mad.
wants that kiss so bad.
I deserve this. I work so hard.
She won't be able to resist my perfect peanut butter complection. His
say
word.
that?
Yes,
He
absolutely.
says that all the time.
Who's Steven or low tier guy?
Well, both.
I say it because he says it.
Okay.
And that makes it okay.
It's a sick system,
I mean,
but it
peanut
works.
butter's kind of vague. It's fine. It can just be tan.
I thought you said you can just pretend, and I was about to question you.
Just tan.
True.
It's just funny. Like he loves that so much, but he also like actively hates black people.
What?
He's very racist against like black people and Hispanics.
Okay.
That's why he says peanut butter complexion and not black.
That's why he plays Nick All-Stars Brawl.
I don't know if he's ever touched the game.
He's
be real.
He's played it like he was a Reptar main from what I remember.
Hell
course.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's my name.
Reptar is awesome. I love that character. Simply read, low tier god, with a small Sharpie doodle of a stick man flexing his massive biceps on his name tag. LTG eyed up the competition, gripping his GameCube controller tightly in his hand, trying to intimidate any figure who dares try to come at him with some pseudo-friendly gestures. He just assumes they're all being fucking as fake
Nobody
as him.
better be nice to me.
It's all a sham.
Fucking corny ass motherfuckers.
Mumbling to himself.
In the corner.
He sees people just being nice, and
It's like 12-year-olds. Corny ass motherfucker.
Literal children.
You got no future. You serve no purpose. Give me back.
No talent.
Give me back a piece of that ozone layer. The complex cretin was not here to make friends, or even entertain the thought. The only thing he had on his mind was victory. He looked up at the main stage to watch as the VTuber made idle conversation with some of the competitors. The mountain of a man rubbed his hands together, knowing all too well that his skills with a joystick were more than enough to get our eyes off of these commoners and onto his brilliant peanut butter complexion.
All of this for a kiss and $25 on Steam.
And you know he's loving it too.
You would be surprised what gamers will do for that female gamer girl attention.
Absolutely.
He's gonna lose to some sweaty 13-year-old and get so mad.
That 13-year-old's not going to be around very long.
He's just gonna get him in the corner with Reptar and combo him to death.
I thought you were talking about, like, physically for a minute.
Get him in the corner.
Doing IRL corner combos.
Running strings.
Real touch of death. As the TOs gathered everybody together to set up for round 1, LTG made his way to where he'd be playing his set. He looked down to find that his first round was going to be played against a child. Like, not an insult, but an actual, literal child whose parents were not far behind to root him on.
Oh no.
Absolutely insane that they would just let anybody sign up to play in this very serious sport with such a competitive atmosphere, but LTG just scoffed it off, knowing he'd already secured his dub.
The Valentine's Day theme here is just the opportunity for LTG to get a kiss for victory.
That's what a lot of ours are, to be honest.
Yeah, Valentine's is probably like our most well, I guess 4th of July is pretty unrelated to the holiday usually.
There's just not a lot, like, on those holidays that there is to write about, I guess.
How do you make romance funny when you could have LTG playing in tournament?
That's true. I do like that setup. I like any LTG setup.
LTG playing for love.
What if you saw him at the local and he was like 4 feet tall?
I'm glad I couldn't get my answer out. That would freak me out. I'd be like, you look so tall everywhere else.
He's got a big torso.
You only see him from like the waist up, but his arms would be so long.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a Lanky Kong situation going on.
I've seen him stand side by side like a dude he did a best of 10 with in real life, and he's like 6'4".
It's all in the waist. It's all waist up.
The stepping stilts he comes in with.
Under his pants.
Holy shit.
He's like Peridot. He's got limb enhancers.
He starts talking to you, like threatening you, but he's so short that you just like are trying not to smile, and he's getting really mad. Stop! What are you doing?
It's like, what? What? He's like chest bumping against your hips.
Holy fuck.
Sorry, short people.
Love to all the short kings out there.
4 feet tall is really short.
It is. I was like 5 foot tall in 4th grade.
Oh, fuck. That's shorter than Little Mac. Like, Little Mac's 4'8".
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Let's see here. The two sat down and picked their characters. LTG went with SpongeBob because he wanted to style with one of Lily's mains. The boy picked Reptar because dinosaurs are cool.
Oh no.
That's my man. LTG was able to pull off some good damage building moves, but was often sidelined by just how big some of Reptar's special moves were. He even took a few stocks simply due to how many ledge guarding techniques were simply built into the dinosaur's special moves, which were almost exclusively what the kid was sending out. In the end, it was a pretty uneventful match with no real hype behind it. LTG managed to pull it off and right into this kid's face to let him know that he was top dog. Next time I catch you with a corny-ass pick like that, I'm gonna send your ass into the blast zone for real. Step on for little punk-ass bitch. LTG walked off to go and report the match results, almost insulted that they would knowingly match him up against such an easy first seed. Why would a little kid like that even come into a man's arena like this? It just makes no sense.
Playing the game full of cartoon characters.
His first match is a dude just spamming full charge down B.
Yes. Have you never been to a Smash event where there's just actual children showing up and it's awkward for everybody?
We were.
Right?
We got COVID from that.
Oh yeah.
That's still. I wouldn't have it any other way, if I'm being honest.
Oh, of course. Kids should have fun. It's just funny, because it's like 2 or 3 actual children, and then everyone else is a grown man just ready to play children's game.
Oh yeah, holy shit!
You're not gonna go easy on them because you put money into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But you're like, I have to play against a child.
Oh, you're really gonna make me do this, huh, Tio?
Okay, I'll touch of death this child.
Sorry, kid.
Take it up with him.
It should have been a kid's bracket.
This is gonna hurt.
This is gonna hurt.
Send him into the blast zone for real.
Just him cornering this small boy. There was some time to chill before round 2 was ready to begin, so the gamer god went to fetch himself a corn dog from the stall outside. He thought for a second that it could be a good idea to go and get some chocolates for Lily after his grand victory, but he knew that it would be foolish not to wait for all the price cuts tomorrow. After polishing off his tasty treat, he made his way back in to get ready for a second match.
How do you even kiss a VTuber?
It's up to interpretation.
Hmm.
He'll figure it out.
You can still claim the gloat, so it's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's gonna put in his Twitter bio.
Boyfriend of Bunny.
Boyfriend of #1 NAS player Lily Bun. In parentheses, girl.
Waiting for him at the setup was an average-sized man with an average demeanor about him, sitting so abnormally average. The only bit of character that was showing were in his tired eyes, his graphic tee, and his strangely authentic-looking Mario cap.
Oh no.
Maybe this guy was a Smash main that was just trying to get in and mac on LTG's prize winnings. Not if this gamer has anything to say about it. As the god himself took a seat and plugged his controller into the console, the man began to introduce himself. Hey, I'm Rich. I hope you don't mind, but my buddy Chris over there is actually live streaming this event for me. It's pretty cool so far.
Let's your guy's gonna fucking punch a hole in his neck. Live stream me without my permission?
Fucking get
on
your
my
ass.
stream?
Who even
real life?
Punch a hole through his neck.
I just imagine. Oh, holy
He's gonna
shit!
fucking stick his arm straight out and dead arm him right through the neck.
He's gonna put his hand through his lower jaw and work him like a puppet.
Like fucking Dr. Giro killed Yamcha.
Yeah.
Just picked him up and impaled him with his hand.
The LTG command grab.
Rich is gonna find himself in a cutscene and not know what's happening.
Rich is gonna find himself in a grave.
It's gonna turn widescreen and he's not gonna know what to do.
That's true, the bars are gonna come in from the top and bottom. LTG turned his head to see a taller, thinner man wearing a green Luigi cap, pointing his phone at the two, presumably recording his likeness without his consent.
The situation is so real.
It is. Nuh-uh. No way. This was not about to fly. LTG stood up and marched over to the taller guy.
No.
Oh no! And put his hand over the camera lens and spoke in an aggressive tone.
Chris is such a nice guy, too.
He's a sweetheart. Don't fuck with Chris, please.
He's gonna headbutt Chris.
He's gonna take his hat and put it on himself.
Bust him fucking
I'm
open.
Luigi now.
Fucking corny ass. Who even plays Luigi? Buddy, I don't know what you thinking you're doing, but when I live stream, the fans don't even get the mic till they pony up $10. So unless I see some cash in my hand, I'm about to break this thing like I bring it to a Kit Kat bar. Chris, the panicked green plumber, looked past his assaulter to Rich, who was making wild gestures to give the man some money out of fear for his technology, and knowing all too well that Rich was not in a position to bail him out quickly. He reached into his wallet and dug out a $20 bill for the Giga Chad.
He robbed him.
Blind.
He robbed him of his likeness.
In fucking daylight. No one's stopping him. Here. LTG took it and left Chris with a sneer before returning to his seat, making sure to flex a bit so it looked good for the cameras.
It's tensed up.
Rich tried to make endearing streamer chat, but LTG put in earbuds to absolutely zone out from the situation again.
Oh my god.
He does not. Holy fuck. He wants again.
I'm just thinking of like the back shot of like seeing Richie and LTG like sit, like, you know how they always have those cheap ass super light chairs.
Mm-hmm.
He's got such a huge frame sitting in there in front of this little TV.
He's like hunched over with earbuds in. Rich is like up behind him trying to wave to the camera.
They're in lawn chairs. LTG just kicks the leg off of his.
He like kicks the leg off Rich's chair really quick.
Yeah, and it just crumbles because it's made out of plastic. Sit on the floor. Play there. Let's see here. He once again went with SpongeBob, while Rich decided it would be funny to play as Cat Dog. LTG really wanted to show off by trying to do some drag down plays, which he had only practiced once or twice, but he knew that Lilybun could do them, so he figured it couldn't possibly be that hard for a player as adept as himself, though he ended up dropping stocks fast by missing inputs. Cat Dog had a pretty strong recovery as well, so it made it even harder to pull off something like hitting 2 down air light moves in a row. It wasn't long before Richie realized that if he just put his foe into the ledge of the map, that he didn't know how to respond to any of Cat Dog's insanely large heavy attacks. And before long, Rich took the set, letting out a... Oh, he's gonna be mad. He took the set, letting out a tiny pretend pop-off in an attempt to trick his viewers that he was actually having fun and enjoying this content that he signed up for purely for Internet Clout. All the while, LTG was boiling inside. He had quit out to the console's menu.
Oh, it doesn't work.
That doesn't change anything. They have evidence on camera. Oh god, he had quit out to the console's menu and nearly pulled the entire Switch out of its dock and onto the floor when he went to unplug his controller. Now he'd have to play through the predictable underdog type story to make it through the losers.
Oh, phew.
Then
Double elimination.
Oh, thank God. And then beat the winner's finalist twice. It would have been so much easier if this Mario cosplay con artist didn't pick such a jank, busted-ass character that can throw out big damage nonstop for free.
Mario cosplay con artist.
He's getting mad because he can't, like, offstage tech he hasn't practiced.
What a bastard. LTG stepped outside to clear his head a bit and cool off. He closed his eyes and thought about how he'd be spending time with Lilybun, showing her the ropes in Street Fighter, teaching her the beauty of his low-tier picks in Smash, and most importantly, having her be so impressed by all this. With his demeanor calmed and his determination renewed, he grabbed himself a corn dog from the stall and went back to work, playing hard to get with his two-dimensional gamer goddess.
He's on corn dog number 2.
Yeah.
Phew.
Like 5-minute break between corn dogs.
After reporting to the TO to find out where he's going to be playing next, sitting down at the setup was a man wearing some sort of sports jersey and practicing his thumbnail expressions into his phone camera. LTG knew this man all too well. The loudest of the loud, the corniest of the corny. This was the Smash Melee legend Hungrybox.
I hadn't considered that they knew each other.
Oh, God.
Well, I'm sure Low Tier God knows him, but...
Juan would never admit to knowing Low Tier God. Doesn't want to be on his radar.
No. LTG looked the man up and down, knowing that this guy only got to where he is because he plays a lame-ass, loud-ass gimmick character that nobody in their right mind would even bother to learn. If he were a real man, he'd stick to Fox or Falco. With his confidence in check, LTG sat down and plugged his controller into the box. Who the hell knocked you into losers, man? LTG asked. It was that guy over there, replied Juan, pointing over at some tall cloaked figure wearing a creepy snowman mask with long green fuzzy fingers hanging from the sleeves.
Oh no. Why would he be here?
This character... This character was meandering around the venue with such a horrid posture, looking over his shoulders to see if anyone is watching him.
If you were a kid, that would be so scary.
That would be.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
You've seen the movie. You know the scary, like, snowman costume he wears in the beginning. Mm-hmm. The Grinch. In case that wasn't obvious.
I mean,
the audience.
Fingers.
The audience might not know.
Infiltrating another tournament.
Yeah, I just thought of that because Steven wrote Grinch Goes to Smash one time.
I hate that mask so much.
It's such an evil shape.
Turning their attention from just another platform fighter gamer, the two started their match. LTG came in with a clutch SpongeBob pick.
Okay.
Clutch. The same fucking thing. And surprisingly, Hungrybox did the same. LTG tried his hardest to pull off some strings, but did not account on Hungrybox holding the block button to neutralize every single combo starter.
Too easy.
Oh my god. It never occurred to him to try and grab his foe out from blocking. Surely he would drop his guard and he could get in some big damage. The set wasn't a long one, and LTG literally felt his soul leave his body and fall out of a window where he let out a shrill scream. Then he phased back into reality to see H-Box was cheering and screaming and popping off, only to take a short break and offer GGs to his opponents and returning to his exhausting victory efforts. Oh no, LTG couldn't take this. He flipped up the 4-pound chair and slammed it into the ground, starting his tirade of vocal abuse. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That out-of-body experience was supposed to be like the shocker clip.
Yeah.
Him falling out the window. And they put his real-ass LTG scream over it. It's so funny.
That is. Oh, beautiful.
For context, there's like an LTG clip channel on YouTube, and they always start their clip videos with like the scene from the Spider-Man cartoon where Spider-Man's like hunting down Shocker and he's screaming at him, but they replaced all of Shocker's lines with LTG lines.
Yeah.
It's really good. He like throws him out the window, and they use a scream that fits the scene of him falling to his death so well.
It's such a guttural scream for how nothing I guarantee he went through at that moment. Actual bloody murder. This is unbelievable! Your goddamn corny-ass block button is nothing but bullshit. You should have fought me like a man and duked it out with your fist. This like a melatonin-ass bearded Latino Filipino. I don't even know what you are or who you're trying to fool. Somebody get over here and ban that puffin stuff fat fuck and the damn cheap-ass character he was playing. Security was called, and in an instant...
They're playing the same character.
They sure were.
Security was called, and in an instant had 4 grown adults fighting to drag the Adonis out of the arena. All the while Lily Bunn had watched the whole scene, purely stunned at how much of a sore loser someone could be.
Embarrassing.
She sighed and quickly forgot about the awkward moment as the rest of the event went on without a hitch, other than the sudden disappearance of the $25 Steam gift card. The end.
No, we never got to see Grinch play.
He Grinched it.
He may or may not have Grinched off with a $25 Steam gift card.
He just wants to make a 2D girl kiss him and leave. He trained in his Grinch cave all for this. Max, I will practice one combo.
It worked enough on Hungrybox.
I can just keep them on the ledge. They won't know what to do, Max. Those who's.
Those who's.
I need more story.
Those who's bins.
Okay, story, advertising, read, break. Buy Starry today.
Are there any ads out yet?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I'm not going to inject a Starry ad into our program.
The perfect gift for your loved ones. Starry.
Sweet, succulent, and delicious. Sierra Mist for the modern age.
Lemon lime.
They literally advertise it as like the Zoomer drink or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, hold on, let me look this up because this is important.
Christ.
Starry soda. Let's see. Yeah, there's like trying to find their like Pepsi page because they have this like super autistic thing like descriptor for it. Introducing the next choice of the new generation, Starry Lemon Lime Flavored Soda, made to speak to Gen Z. This crisp, refreshing formula is with Bite. This crisp, refreshing formula with Bite offers up a delicious, caffeine-free escape that's also available in zero sugar.
I would argue it has no bite. However,
but when you put some peach schnapps in it,
it does have a little bit of lemon lime smell and taste, a little bit.
Would you say it's a hit with Gen Z?
I think it needs to taste better, or like have more going on. I think the branding's interesting because it's like it doesn't feel like a traditional name or like look really.
It's very like 50s 60s type like logo and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like it, so it worked on me, but I don't think
I like it too. Like,
do you like it more than Sierra Mist?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
I mean, it's probably like the exact same thing secretly, but
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I want to find like a place that still has a 2 liter of Sierra Mist and just try them side by side.
Yeah, I go to that funny vintage grocery store.
Go to JJ's.
I'm sure they have some.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Oh, who's next?
I've got mine ready.
Okay, dope.
I mean, my gift ready. I'm watching YouTube.
Good gift.
YouTube link.
Yeah, please just use this YouTube link and listen in.
Use this
There you
YouTube
go.
link.
Okay.
Do my sponsorship.
Yeah, please use this Amazon link to buy Starry, and I will gain money.
To buy your Valentine's gift.
Your Valentine's Starry.
You have a Throne account. It's just Starry, like 32 packs.
I would love to pretend to be a Starry fan account for a few years on Twitter and gain some sort of following and then abuse it.
Absolutely.
That would be cool. I think that would be good.
Just start like chaotic posting with the Starry logo.
Hell yes.
Probably. Alrighty. This is a pretty big cardboard Valentine card. I wonder what could be written on it. 1 year before the events of Chainsaw Man, this is a special Valentine's OVA. You know, I was thinking about writing a Chainsaw Man one too, even though I know so little about the actual series. I thought it would be funny, but it wasn't coming to me. So I'm glad you pulled it off.
Yeah.
I think this would have been better if we had watched one more episode because it sort of alludes to things, but not really. It's probably fine.
That's fine. That's fine. Steven's read it all.
Yeah.
Denji has a pretty straightforward relationship with food. If he can get it, he'll eat it, and he doesn't waste it. Either him or his dog Pochita will finish their meal, no matter how horrible. Right now, Denji is crouched behind a dumpster with his dog Pochita, eating just such a meal, a pile of stale bread gathered from the dumpster of a bakery near their shack. It's a little rotten, but they've definitely had worse. Between bites, Denji said, "Pochita, you know, today is Valentine's Day. People usually celebrate by sharing food." Pochita barked. Bark. As they shoveled green crust into their mouths, the engine of a hot rod could be heard barreling down the road. They glanced up as the shiny red convertible slowed its roll just behind the alley as it came to a harsh halt. Squeal! These brakes were beyond shot.
Oh no.
They saw the driver, a round man with frosted tips and sport shades. He reached over the window and slapped the side of his door. Bang, bang, bang. "Hey, kid!" Denji glanced up, half interested with the mouthful of mush. "I'm Guy Fieri, and this is Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives." The man pointed accusingly at Denji's garbage pile for a few seconds,
Oh no.
holding his finger in place in the accusatory manner. Denji said, I think this is bread." The man lowered his shades with one hand. "Bring me some." Denji eyed him suspiciously. "No, dude, get your own." But he felt a strange pull and soon couldn't resist. Denji felt himself getting to his feet and handing Guy a piece of bread. Guy grabbed the gabagool with a thanks and gobbled it up. "Hey, not bad, not half bad. What do you call this?" Denji considered this and then said, "Garbage." The man nodded and smiled and nodded and smiled. "Yeah! Alright!"
What a fucking double.
Denji, feeling kind of complimented for the first time in his life, said, "Oh yeah, I eat this stuff all the time. It's my favorite. I love it." The man raised an eyebrow at the word love, then said, "Kid, what's your name?" Denji said, "Denji?" Guy said, "Denji, how about we visit some places I love to eat on this week's episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives?" Denji said, I don't have any money. And Guy laughed. Ah, kid, this is TV. They pay us to eat. Then he grabbed Denji by the collar and threw him in the back seat.
I love how performative he is. It's perfect.
That's
He's
just how he
living life.
lives his life.
No, I know.
Pochita hopped in the back seat and Guy hit the gas as they took off 0 to 80 in a few seconds. Denji clutched Pochita tight as they warped through space and time, lights in the green earth stretching out far before them. The Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives music plays as the logo bounces on screen and they are transported to the American Midwest. The camera pans in on Guy driving Denji along the back roads to a local barbecue joint in the vast empty stretches of bare earth. How is this a Valentine's story? Just because it's Valentine's Day?
No, because
You get on me and my story.
Denji loves food.
Mine's
he's
about
learning-
a competition of love.
he's learning to love food.
Okay.
I fucking love this. We have fun here.
Denji looked around, suddenly feeling like he's entered a foreign biome. It's really cold. He shivers and asks Guy if he can turn on the heat, to which Guy shakes his head with a big smile and points to the AC system. It has only a single on and off switch labeled cool, and it's taped in the on position. What an asshole. Denji holds Pochita for warmth as they roll up to the restaurant's dirt parking lot. Guy looks out from the car and shouts, "All right, we're here at Middle of Nowhere Barbecue, home of the famous." He looks over his shoulder at the sign. "Mustard Barbecue." Denji asks, "What's mustard?" And Guy jumps out of the car, then sort of jogs inside. Denji and Pochita follow closely behind, excited to warm up.
What if Denji owed that debt to Guy Fieri instead of the gangster?
You may soon.
That'd be such a debt to pay.
What could Guy possibly want that he doesn't have?
More contestants on his game show. People that are
Grocery
absolute
games.
dog shit at cooking
Somebody,
and shopping.
somebody to fear him. So he goes after a man who has nothing.
He needs the power.
He can't even shop, let alone cook. He'd be great on our show. They made their way immediately behind the counter where it was almost exactly the same temperature. And Guy starts yelling at the cook on duty, an old frail man with a giant peanut-shaped head. "Why don't you show us what's cooking, boss?" The old and grizzled cook, whose name tag said Eustace, looks up from his prep work.
Oh.
Huh? And started to mumble something about calling the cops, and then about how all cops are bastards because they're not as fast as Mr. Incredible, and how he always has time, but the pointy-haired patron had already stuck his hand in the yellow vat boiling on the stove to retrieve a handful of yellow pulled pork. Guys. Boiling oil?
No, it's boiling
mustard.
mustard.
That hit me too. I was like, why is it yellow?
Why do you have to bring up Mr. Incredible?
I thought it was Eustace's bag.
I think it is. They're in the middle of nowhere barbecue.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
He's just a
God.
fan. He's an old man. He's a fan of Mr. Incredible's heyday.
Guy sticks it in his mouth, covering his face in yellow slime, and smiles. "Now that is good." He looks away as if to read something. "Kansas BBQ." Denji merely follows Guy's thieving lead, sticking his hand in the pot and quickly pulling it out with a pained expression. Fuck! Spilling most of the mustard across the floor and onto the cook's shoes. The cook didn't seem phased, but Pochita jumped into the mustard and started howling.
Oh no! Poor fucker doesn't know what he's doing.
The cook with an annoyed expression says, "Stupid dog!" and grabbed Pochita by his little tail, slamming him into the wall and tossing him into the dish sink, leaving a mustard stain in the shape of his tiny dog body permanently pressed onto the kitchen wall.
Permanently!
Stupid dog! Bang!
I thought he was going to pick him up by the saw blade and hurt himself. Holy fuck.
Stupid dog, you screamed in pain.
Into the sink. Holy fuck.
Guy whispers something in the cook's ears. Whisper, whisper, money, whisper, whisper. And the man says, "Oh, with the TV station? Why didn't you say so?" The cook quickly rolls up his sleeves and prepares a proper plate for Denji, incredible style. Essentially, that's nothing and you know it.
Originally it was animal style, but then I was like, how can I make it...
That's beautiful. Holy shit.
I was like, how can I make it a Mr. Incredible theme since he loves him so much?
Oh my god.
Essentially, a small plate with a base bottom bun of pulled pork, a middle of thick yellow patty of slime boiled pulled pork, and a top bun of pulled pork. It's just 3 layers of pork.
It's animal style.
In a bun. The bun is just non-mustard pulled pork.
Christ almighty. Just taking a bite out of a ball.
Denji kind of scoops it up with both hands and takes a big bite. He recoils with a pained expression, his throat clogging instantly and his nostrils flaring shut at the rich smell of horseradish and dead pig. He loses the ability to breathe or function and doubles over, dropping his plate on the floor. Crash! Which shatters and spreads slop in all directions. Some patrons sort of lift their feet. Pochita comes up over to lap up the mess, actually pretty clean having been washed in the dish pit, and the cook shakes his head. City boy. Guy and Denji get back into the car, Denji's one shirt stained with a mustard, and Pochita happily barking with his yellow-stained mouth.
That was an eventful episode. You got to saw a dog get boiled in fucking mustard.
And thrown into the wall.
Slapped against the wall and dropped in the dish pit.
They made a good name for the restaurant. The one guy who tried it fucking died.
Denji says, "I don't know if I love that place, Guy. Do you usually eat at places like that?" If not for Guy's unbreakable smile, he may have looked hurt. "Yeah, Denji, that was American-style home southern cooking." Denji said, "Is Kansas in the South?" And Guy's face twitched. "Denji, what is your perfect meal?" Denji considers this and says, "Well, maybe some fresh bread with jam?" Guy's smiles returned as they skidded off onto a back road. After a few minutes it was dark outside, and after many more minutes they pulled up to a glowing yellow house-shaped building. The sign outside said Waffle House.
Uh-oh.
Guy took them inside and they sat down at a booth. The waitress told them they had a Valentine's Day special, but not what it was. Then asked them if she could start them with something to drink. Denji started to say, "What do you have?" But Guy explained, "He'll just have water, thanks." She came back with waters a few minutes later. Denji, having never been to a restaurant where he could order, didn't really know what to make of the menu. Guy said, "Just ask for your perfect meal." So, ignoring the menu, Denji asked the waitress for toast with jam. 10 minutes later, Guy was drinking his black coffee and orange juice, which had been siphoned from the Waffle House grease collector and Tropicana brand Tang dispenser, respectively. Suddenly very impatient, he waved down the waitress. Hello? Can we get some service in this joint?
Oh no. You Denji, tread carefully. You don't want to know the animal that man is when you make him lucid.
Apparently, Guy's TV show wasn't covering this trip, and he had a different view on service when he was paying for it. The waitress said, "Sorry, sir, but our cook is a little out of it today." She gestured to the kitchen, 2 feet to their left. Face down on the stove was a lanky man with a green shirt and brown hair, maroon pants, and big black shoes. Smoke was coming up slowly out of his skull, and his hands were fiddling around with the knobs trying to get a grip. He had the kind of posture that assured them at a glance he had given up. She said, "Shaggy, wake up and finish your order." The man sort of shuffled his feet and got up off the stove. His eyebrows had been singed off and he was smiling, his nose permanently flattened against his face. "Like, oh yeah, man." Shaggy placed his burnt Waffle House visor back on his head, grabbed some bread from his back pocket, and slapped it on the stove. He held a small container of jelly and considered what to do with this. He carefully put it on the stove also.
No!
It started smoking and smelling like burnt plastic. He shrugged, watching intently. Guy was watching this, seeing unfazed, slack-jawed. Denji started to get a little uncomfortable and stood up. Guy said, "Stop! Watch the master at work." The master, Shaggy, then took a spatula and scraped off the burnt plastic jelly mess, placed it on top of the bread slice, added a slice of butter, 2 more uncooked jam packets, another piece of bread, 3 slices of bacon, a handful of hash browns, 2 more jelly packets, 2 sausage links, another piece of bread, 2 waffles, a little bit of maple syrup, a square of butter, 2 more slices of bread, some more maple syrup, 2 fried eggs, a handful of chocolate chips, another piece of bread, 2 more jelly packets, and another slice of bread, and then another slice of bread, and another slice of bread, and flipped the whole thing over. Shaggy returned to his slack...
he just flipped it over!
Yeah, with a spatula.
Another one of his jaw destroyers.
Shaggy returned to his slack posture, then with one long arm, reached the top of the tower, and gently poured a little OJ on top, then squeezed the whole thing down until it was about 3 inches tall, and flipped it again, letting it simmer as it was cooked perfectly on both sides.
Jesus Christ.
Guy and Denji watched Shaggy try to pick up the bread with his hands for a minute, jumping and blowing on his fingers comically each time he attempted this. Since had set his spatula down to do this, his plastic tool was melting and sticking to the stove. Now he was trying to get that up, clawing at it half-heartedly. This was hard to watch.
These are all of these foods and this puck he's made. They're all such different textures and cooking points. It's gonna be such an overcooked.
There are jam packets in that. Plastic.
It's Denji's perfect meal.
After a few more minutes, Shaggy decided the food was done and called for his runner to bring it out to the table. A Great Dane trotted out from under Denji and Guy's table and behind the bar. He picked up the toast in his mouth right off the stove and brought it out to the table, setting it down in front of Denji, still smoking. Denji looked down at his meal. Guy said, Eh? The perfect meal?" So Denji picked up the soggy plastic mess and took a big bite. He immediately felt the microplastics poison him on an atomic level.
No!
He dropped the rest on the floor and Pochita swallowed it whole.
No!
Scooby growled at Pochita.
What did he do to deserve this?
As Denji sat there clutching his body tight in immense pain, he considered this. Was this truly the perfect meal? Had he found true love? What was the Waffle House Valentine's Day special? Meanwhile, Pochita had chainsawed Scooby's head off.
Oh no!
And was running around the store with Scooby's collar in his mouth, being chased by the lanky fry cook.
Oh no!
Shaggy freaked out, climbing onto the counter and yelling some really bad words that Denji didn't completely understand, but made Guy cover his ears in pain. Guy stood and pushed Shaggy off the counter, and he fell backwards onto the southern-style hibachi grill, where he flipped over like a fish and began to howl. Ow! Like, ow!
Falling back onto a skillet, holy shit, a griddle.
Guy grabbed Denji by the shoulder and pulled him out of there in a hurry, back into his hot rod.
Why did he push him?
Because he was saying mean words. After a few minutes of silence, only occasionally broken up by the jingling of Scooby's tag in Pochita's mouth, Guy spoke. Listen, Denji, I'm sorry about what happened back there. I know you wanted Dr. Pepper, but I just thought water was a better choice since we drank so much at the barbecue place. No response. Denji spoke. It's okay, Guy. I think I understand love now. It's not about how something actually tastes. It's about the exciting new experiences that come with life. Pochita said, woof. Guy said, oh yeah, that's right. And he pointed up into the sky. Thanks for joining us on this special Valentine's Day episode of Diners, Dine-Ins, and Drives.
Oh my fucking god.
The end.
Holy shit.
What a battle.
Yeah.
What a war. Pochita cut Scooby's head off, and then Shaggy got so mad. God, I rate that story 18 seasons of Guy's Grocery Games out of 18.
I rate that a beer batter fried Pochita, but the beer batter is in fact mustard.
Gross.
A vat of boiling mustard. That would singe your fucking eyebrows right off.
Just not Guys.
I rate the first story Grinch 3 stock.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, true, we didn't, did we?
Nope.
Let's see here.
He's a mean one.
Let's see here, what's my fucking rating?
You have to remember what happened.
Let's see here. I rate that Chris cowering in fear out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Chris telling Richie he doesn't want to do this anymore.
That's what breaks him.
Yeah.
Well, he almost got his phone broken.
True. He's nothing without it.
He wouldn't be able to live stream. And
True.
Richie was not in a fiscal state to help.
No, he never is.
$10. I don't know.
I was going to write a line about Chris having to spot him his entry into the tournament, but I felt kind of mean at that point.
Chris, you know I don't have any money. Rich, you brought us here.
I know that, but we'll make the money back in super chats. It's fine, so just spot me.
Chris, you got me right.
Yeah, Chris has got this.
We'll just win. It's a Steam gift card, Rich. Yeah, we can trade it online.
That's not the point.
You can use
We're getting views for content.
You can use it elsewhere. You don't have to just use it on Steam, Chris.
You could trade it in for like a JCPenney gift card.
Money is money, Chris.
Yeah, it counts.
Yeah, come on. We can use it to buy more games for the live stream.
More emulation software.
Holy shit.
Can stream Honey Pop too.
Oh shit. There we go.
You can't stream that game on Twitch. It's on the ban list.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
About YouTube, though.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why YouTube is better.
Yeah. You can play Honey Pop 2 there. That game's great. Go play Honey Pop 2.
Yeah.
Double date.
Double date.
Double date.
Okay.
Alright. Elias, here's your Valentine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Drink some.
No peeking.
Okay. The first word. Tito waddled up to the service counter of the Universal Studios theme park.
Okay.
Imagining any cartoon character in line to buy a ticket at Universal is so funny. Such a mundane activity. But his Valentine's date, Hana Uzaki, followed behind. Who is that?
That's Uzaki-chan, the fucking anime girl with the big tits.
She wants to hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Hey, little cuz. One ticket to
Whoa.
Islands of Adventure, please. Tito requested, dropping the necessary $150 fee in ones and quarters on the counter.
That's so many handfuls.
The employee sighed. I forgot about your trope of writing the retail employees. So good. It's been a while.
Steven loves making people in minimum wage suffer.
The employee sighed and counted Tito's tip jar allowance before squeezing a wristband onto those Hawaiian dinner roll wrists of his.
You're starting off strong.
I had so little time, I had to crank it out.
Tito stepped aside to let Uzaki approach the ticket counter, but she just stood there and with a smirk on her face. I didn't bring any money. Tito raised a fist. Just kidding. Tito stepped aside to let Uzaki approach the ticket vendor. Okay. Tito looked up from the notch getting dug into his arm and furrowed his brow. You didn't bring any money? To an amusement park? Nah, I'm pretty old-fashioned. It's Valentine's Day, after all, she said cheekily. The cunt.
Just spent his money. The cunt?
Yeah. Tito looked around a bit before pulling Uzaki aside to whisper to her. Uzaki, I told you I could only afford my ticket. We talked about this. Uzaki went red in the face as she sensed blame shifting in her direction. She began to jump up and down, stomping her feet like a fucking baby. I don't care! I want to go to Islands of Adventure! 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 I want to see the Grinch! She shrieked.
Wait.
Tito stood there, instantly shocked and regretful at having agreed to hang publicly with the little Eddie Monster midget motherfucker.
Wow.
He did, however, notice her big sloshing milk tanks the size of pumpkins bounce during her tantrum, snug in a Mr. Bean shirt.
Which Mr. Bean shirt?
She loves the YouTube re-uploads.
It's like the cartoon Mr. Bean.
Yep. Like I said.
His fucking bulging head would look so awful.
Stretched over her.
Stretched over, jiggling all around like a fucking warp tool.
What were you going to say?
Fun fact, Bluey and that animated Mr. Bean cartoon were made in the same program.
Okay. I hate. Just hate.
Okay. He sighed and walked over to the counter, pulling out the Shore Shack corporate pay card. He looked visibly worried as the vendor handed him the other wristband. Raymundo is going to be so mad, Tito thought, trying to formulate a way to justify his hookup as a tax write-off. Tito put the band on Uzaki's wrist before they walked into the park. He began to sweat up a storm almost instantly in the hot-ass sun, drenching his button-up with visible pit, chest, and stomach stains. Uzaki pointed and laughed. LMAO, holy shit, dude, you look like fast food that's been in the wiper for too long. She insulted publicly and also loudly. Tito lost his smile, looking himself down self-consciously.
Oh, no.
Poor motherfucker.
He's never once questioned his weight.
He took them to the nearest gift shop so he could buy a new shirt. He grabbed a Jurassic Park shirt that was one size too small for him and put it on in the counter. We should probably get drinks while we're here. It's gonna be pretty hot out, Tito suggested. Yo, true? Uzaki agreed. Tito asked the vendor for some water bottles, but was immediately interrupted once again by his jugged leprechaun. No, I don't want water, I want soda! But Uzaki, you need to stay hydrated. I told you I don't want that shit, I want a Pepsi! She demanded. Seriously, little cuz, I think you should just stick with water for... I want flavor! We do! There's water and soda! I want a Pepsi!
That's gonna be like a $6 Pepsi.
Tito noticed the other park goers' attentions being drawn towards them, and yielded once more, digging out the Shore Shack card once again.
He's really trying to get this.
The two left the shop and proceeded to walk to Dr. Seuss World or whatever it's called.
I love when the authors just become real.
I was just like, I don't want to look it up.
Yeah, fuck that. It's probably Dr. Seuss World.
Yeah.
Tito gleefully enjoying the surreal and stylized scenery. Uzaki sucked down her Pepsi and left the empty can in the dirt of a nearby bush, insisting that it was the trash can. As they walked past the big carousel, Tito noticed that his companion was sweating and breathing harder than normal, her face and neck beginning to get a bit
look
pink.
At the word carousel again.
The big carousel.
There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, she's sweating.
Uzaki, are you okay? Yeah. Wait, I forgot. You put on sunscreen, right? What? Hell no, I hate sunscreen. Uzaki, you get burned worse than the Shore Shack Supreme when Raimundo was working the grill. Yeah, I don't know who that is, and I hate the way sunscreen feels on my skin. It's gross. She complained.
True.
Yeah.
Tito dropped it for now, not wanting the big titty bitty to overexert herself any more than she already was 10 minutes into their park visit. Just then, Uzaki perked up and pointed at a nearby food stop, the Green Eggs and Ham Cafe.
Yeah.
Tito nodded.
You just had a drink.
I read about that place on the park map. It just sells drinks and tater tot dishes. Uzaki looked up at him with her signature fang smirk. I want tater tots. I really think we should see more of
the Ham only sells tater
Yes.
tots.
It's true. It's just like the whole menu are tater tot dishes.
Why?
Not a clue.
Green eggs and ham.
Come on.
Green eggs and ham tater tots.
Oh my god. It's an easy win.
What does that mean?
I just remember that was like the weirdest part. I had went to Universal like back in April, and it's like that was one of the things that stood out to me was just like for some reason the fucking food place in the Seuss World is just a tater tot place.
Like it's fine, but it's why would you call it green eggs and ham
Cafe.
food, but not have that food? Cafe.
All they have are tater tots, no coffee, no nothing.
No green eggs, no ham.
Fuck. Go on.
I really think we should see more of the park first, Uzaki.
Instead of the first restaurant we find.
The girl's face twisted into that of a spoiled 12-year-old, growing bright pink with rage at having been contradicted, looking like a sun-dried Greta Thunberg. Go get me the buffalo chicken tots and a Pepsi. I'm fading away, Tito, she shrieked at him.
And a Pepsi.
Tito stood there hesitantly for a second, too taken aback that a real, actual adult was acting this way in public to stand his ground. He wandered over to the sun-scorched line in front of this cafe, while Uzaki stood in the shade of the fake truffula trees. After about 25 minutes, Tito approached Uzaki with the food truck stash of tots and another can of Pepsi. His new Jurassic Park shirt was damp, though not nearly as bad as the shirt he came in. Uzaki's greasy, sunburned face lit up as she jumped the Samoan simp.
It's February.
Finally! She shouted teasingly, grabbing the Pepsi from Tito's hand. Uzaki sucked down the 12 ounce of sugar and crushed the can on the ground with her foot, leaving it there. Tito is too fucking hot and tired to care at this point. He tried to hand off the stagnant vinegar sauce tots to his brat. Here's your food, little cuz. Uzaki reached out to grab the paper tray, before her eyes darted past Tito and something behind him. They went wide with excitement before Uzaki slammed past her Klasky Supo sucker, causing him to dump all of the greasy potato mess onto his shirt. It's the Grinch! The half-pint pussy wielder shouted as she darted away. Tito breathed heavily in the Valentine's Day heat, sweat dripping down his ogre neck as he wiped off his hands with the 2 single-ply napkins the cafe had given him. Fuck, that hits too hard. It's too true. Theme parks are too efficient. You could not just find napkins.
It's true.
Oh, God.
Why have there been 2 Grinch sightings in our Valentine's
I like that
episode?
they're just like cryptid sightings.
Yeah. He's just there in the background.
Looming for his next appearance.
Waiting for Christmas.
He tried in vain to clean the orange stains out from his blue Jurassic Park shirt. Uzaki, meanwhile, met up with the funny Grinch mascot man, who stood nearby the cafe with a handler to take pictures with park guests. She cut in front of the 3 children and got away with it, standing beside the Goofy Seuss character and yelling out at Tito, "Pito, come on, hurry up, I gotta get a picture." Calm down, it's spelled P-I-T-O.
She's 19.
Yeah. Tito sighed and walked over, pulling out his pay-by-the-minute smartphone running like Android Kit Katter earlier. He tried his best not to smudge his screen with the buffalo sauce residue, aiming his 2 megapixel camera at the munchkin and her monster. Oh, fuck. I feel so bad for Tito all of a sudden. He's so out of his league right now.
He does not have the energy for this shit.
Uzaki struck a double peace pose next to the Grinch, letting Tito take like 5 different shots of the same picture. They came out with big purple sunray blotches, but were still mostly passable. The brat hugged the Grinch tight before walking over to her parental partner to see the pics. She swiped through his phone, smiling gleefully. Tito grimaced as he reobserved the photos, noticing that while Uzaki was posed the whole time, the Grinch just stood there expressionless in every picture. His big mascot head tilted down, looking at her fat corn-fed honkers. Oh no! The man sat down in the shade, trying to catch his breath a bit as the heat began to catch up with him. He took a few sips from his $16 8-ounce water bottle to try and cool down. Uzaki handed back his phone and proceeded to tear off her wristband. Tito spat water on his shorts with disbelief. "What are you doing?" he alarmed. "Oh, I'm done for today. I've been wanting to see the Grinch for a hot sec now. Thanks, Pepito. This is a pretty good Valentine's Day," she explained, her hands on her hips triumphantly. The normally sweet potato of a man felt himself lose 15 years of his lifespan as his sun-fried brain tried to in some way formulate some semblance of sense into whatever the hell this was. He stammered, his facial expression sliders flickering back and forth. Uzaki smirked at him. "Oh, what's the matter, Poblano? Flustered that I had a good time with you?" she teased, misreading the situation entirely. Oh no, this wall of text is thick.
Oh no!
Tito got the fuck up.
Tito got the fuck up. Oh no.
You motherfucking chain dragger! I've been holding on this hold up for the past 3 weeks, saving up enough tips and couch coins to afford this park ticket. I'm not going anywhere. You little older Charlie Brown OC, all I want to do was drink butterbeer and put in some business with a pair of big young coconuts. But instead, I damn near put myself out of business buying you fucking Pepsi. I'm gonna have to get a new roommate just to break even on this damn shirt. You high maintenance hustling whore. We weren't 3 minutes into this trip before your ass made a scene like a shoebie in a Walmart. Now I gotta go pay to see a damn movie at the on-park theater just so I can get $10 back on this $25 parking pass I had to buy just for you to throw tater tots at me. I don't even know what I'm gonna watch. Sword Art Online. Squid says that one is good, maybe. I don't know. Giguk didn't like it, and I tend to agree with him, so who the hell knows? You're lucky I believe in karma, or else I'd take you to the closest thing to a surf shop in this hellhole and take those titties with a fucking power sander. Make you look like a PS1 era Laura CrossFit. Uzaki flinched as
Laura
Tito
CrossFit?
as Koroft with like 2 exclamation points.
Oh.
Uzaki flinched as Tito blew up at her, before meekly responding, I just wanted a Pepsi so damn bad. Tito's eyelid twitched. Where I come from, cuz aloha means hello. You know what else it means? What? Goodbye! I like the ancient Hawaiians always say, when the surf gets rough, the surf can go fuck itself. Tito turned and stomped off towards Harry Potter World, leaving Uzaki to be dragged out of the park by security after noticing she was without her wristband. The end.
God damn. Oh my god. She treated him so poorly.
I rate that 1 pair of cum-stained cargo shorts from Tito with Hawaiian patterns on them.
I rate that one deformed Mr. Bean cartoon t-shirt out of 10.
The shit with the parking pass and getting like $10 back for like seeing a movie at the park is like real.
You're lucky
That's
that I
wild.
brought up that Sword Art Online is a limited time movie coming out this weekend and only this weekend.
I'm just imagining Tito in his like theme park gear and having such a good time. He's got this like the goggles, the sunscreen under his eyes, the safari hat, the
His
Hawaiian
big
shirt,
butterbeer milkshake.
Hell yeah.
his shirt that says "I love butt" in parentheses or beer.
Yeah, oh, that's good. I like that.
You should draw a cool character in that shirt.
I should
You should draw a Uzaki base and then draw like 16 different shirts on her.
Stretched Mr. Bean shirt.
Come on, Steven, that's free content.
That's true.
It's
that's
so easy
true.
to stretch Mr. Bean's face across a shirt.
Just build some 3D deformers and have at it.
Hey Google, look up Mr. Bean shirts. Thanks.
Hey Alexa, Mr. Bean shirt. I hope that got somebody.
Hey Alexa, dox Mr. Bean.
Some poor soul who's listening to this program not in headphones, sitting next to their Alexa, getting Mr. Bean propaganda covered all over their
You're gonna be
screen.
deep in the YouTube Mr. Bean rabbit hole in no time.
Hey Alexa, open up Mr. Bean on YouTube.
Alexa, change voice to Mr. Bean.
No, he doesn't talk. Oh, he does do that though. That's horrible.
Hey Alexa, go to twitter.com/crossingcast and smash that follow button.
Hey Alexa, happy Valentine's Day.
Hey Alexa, happy Valentine's Day.
You can take the next 10 minutes off to celebrate,
With your loved ones. Me.
but don't go anywhere.
Just enjoy the silence.
That's terrible. That's a gut punch.
What's wrong with that?
Just enjoy the silence. That's the only freedom you're allowed.
She's not real.
Hey Alexa.
I know, it's just funny.
Listen to the Mario theme song, but don't play it out loud. Just you listen to it.
Robots are gonna kill us all. Alexa, please watch Stupid Mario Drive-Thru.
Don't make Alexa do that.
Alexa, please download the transcript to Super Mario Drive-Thru and read it back to me.
Mario drives up to McDonald's and begins to order, but the employees are not having it.
Taco Bell, product placement, Taco Bell.
And Mario
and
says,
Clarito.
well, do you have anything Italian? And the clerk says, no, sorry. And Mario says, well, why do you have French fries, but nothing Italian?
God, that sucks. Is that in the video?
Yes. He goes to like
What?
every place and says like, why do they have French fries, but not Italian fries?
What's wrong with Italian?
And they go, do you want to order something?
It's
He goes,
true.
they're not very nice here. They're not very nice here.
It's true. He went to a freaking, what's it called? A McDonald's, like, in the morning to try and get the breakfast. And, like, the woman managing was not fucking having it. She was so mean. He was like, do you have anything Italian? No, go next door. They're not very nice here. Well, I don't want to piss anyone off, so I guess I'll just get my French fries.
Yeah,
then.
all he ordered was fucking small fries.
Yeah.
In the morning.
He went through this fucking drive-through just to get his content out of it. Pay
Yes,
pay
we've
his
talked about
nominal
Mario
fee.
Drive-Thru so many times.
Yes. It's more in our lore than it is in his at that point.
Honestly.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day, and enjoy love with your best friends. Mario's Drive-Thru in Ohio.
Ohio.
Watch Mario Drive-Thru with a friend.
Yeah. Fucking fuck to Mario Drive-Thru.
Oh my god.
That'd be crazy. I need to watch the Starbucks one.
Okay, goodbye.
Goodbye.